Transmitiendo desde Houston, la ciudad espacial, estás escuchando NowMedia Radio. Transmitiendo desde Houston, la ciudad espacial, estás escuchando NowMedia Radio.
What if you could reach thousands of potentially new clients in just seconds with the sharing of just one business card? It's not possible with your old business card, but it is with NowMedia's new video business card. Hi, I'm Michelle Merhar. You may remember me from the morning news. Most people who receive a conventional business card either lose it or toss it within minutes. And with that, the company has lost that lead and likely that sale. At NowMedia, our new product is changing the industry. The video business card, recorded with cutting-edge technologies in our studios, is designed to be sent quickly using your smartphone or tablet to your clients, suppliers, or anyone you need to be in contact with. It is fully compatible with any instant messaging application or email system you already have. The NowMedia video business card will feature you, along with your contact information, summary of all your company's products or services, and an engaging look. Best of all, it really is affordable for any business, from startups to multinational companies. The NowMedia video business cards are already being used by hundreds of companies, and most of them are seeing and feeling the difference in their lead generation and sales. We don't need to tell you how important our NowMedia video business card will be to your brand, your customer experience, and your ability to interact with your clients. Call us today at 832-384-9588 or email us at videocard@nowmedia.tv.
To the Asian Sensation Show. My name is Megan, and I'm one of the co-hosts, and we're so happy to have you here today. And we're excited to really just introduce what we have going on and our topic of the day. And here is my co-host, Sherman.
All right, everybody. We are so happy to be back here in the NowMedia studio. And Megan, so that's super exciting that we're going to be talking about today. Number one is we're introducing our new format. So last time it was just you and I catching up, talking about what's going on in the world and specifically our worlds, right?
Yep.
And some of the fun things going on. But one of the really cool things that we're excited about talking about is we're going to be talking about Chris Holmes and having him share his story. He's the owner of Soul Productions.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're very excited to have him be a part of the show today.
Yeah, super excited. So, you want to kick off our topic?
Yeah. So one of the things that you and I were just talking about, and again, Megan and I talk a lot about some different things going back and forth, was about choosing that right career.
Mm-hmm.
So I think one of the biggest struggles that people have is they think that they need to choose this one career. It has to last their lifetime. It has to be what they want to do for the next 40 years. And it couldn't be farther from the truth.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that is something that's so important nowadays is I think a lot of people either getting out of college or when they've been in a career, especially if I think of myself, right? I was in a career for 5 years, with the same company, and I just recently switched. And that's an emotional thing I think a lot of people don't realize, or, it's kind of an internal battle when you're trying to figure out, what's the best move for me? Where do I need to go? What's my next step? And we're here to talk to you today and introduce you to Chris, who is the picture of, finding your passion and switching careers.
And the beauty of that is that it doesn't have to be something that someone is embarrassed about or that they feel like you shouldn't feel bad that you decided to go on to a different company,
Mm-hmm.
right? There shouldn't be this feeling of guilt. But yet, I don't know if it's the 7 stages of grief that we kind of go through,
Yeah,
but there is, right?
probably.
There's a little bit of that sadness. I remember one time you said, I don't know how to feel, right? There's some excitement, there's some sadness, right?
Yeah.
And there's everything in between. And maybe there's a little that loss of the relationships, you knew everything, right? You were very comfortable in your role.
Mm-hmm.
You knew the process. You knew how things got done. And now you're in the midst of new place. And guess what? You don't know as much because you're at a new place.
Yeah. It's also it's just like an internal battle with your ego. And I talk about that all the time, that that's what it's been the last like 2 weeks. It's just kind of fighting that your own self-limiting beliefs, your own doubts of like, did I make the right decision? It's almost like leaving a relationship, right? You kind of go back depending on how the relationship ended, right? But you kind of think about it and you're like, was that the right choice? Like, say for example, like the relationship thing is, you were with somebody, but you knew you didn't want to marry them. It's not that the relationship wasn't terrible, but you just knew at the end of the day, like marriage wasn't the end goal.
Yeah, not with that guy, not with that girl.
Yeah, exactly. But, you kind of go through that when you make the conscious decision to walk away, you have that kind of moment of self-doubt or like buyer's remorse of like, was this the right decision? Did I, and that's normal to have that, to kind of think back of, was this the right decision? But what I did, and if you're somebody out there that's kind of thinking that same thing, is I did a pro and con list.
The old Benjamin Franklin
Yes.
T chart.
Yeah, it's mostly because I was reading John Maxwell's book, one of John Maxwell's books, and he like talked about how his dad told him to do pros and cons of stuff or whatever. So that was for me. What I did was I did it mentally, not like physically wrote it out, which I probably should have, but
Yes.
I got over it. But you just kind of do a pro and con list because it is very easy to go back to what you're comfortable to. But in reality, the way that you grow is to push yourself out of your comfort zone.
So anyone that's viewed Friends knows that you do not do this in a relationship and let someone see it. If you remember, Ross did this to
when
Rachel,
they took a break?
Right? When they took a break, because he called her that she had fat feet or fat ankles or something, and then they had to go on a break. So do not allow your significant other, because I know you're a big believer that everything is kind of like dating in a sense.
Oh yeah,
right?
I relate everything to dating.
So for Megan, one of the funny things you just said was buyer's remorse. Hopefully in the relationship there wasn't any kind of buying experience, because that's not how relationships should go.
It was the only thing I could relate back to, only because then I was like, well, what other time have I had like remorse on something? And it was when I bought my car. But I didn't have buyer's remorse. It was just, I don't know. It just happened so fast that you're like, whoa, what happened? But
I think that's what happens a lot of times when it comes to like career, right? So let's say you started out somewhere just like you did, right out of college, came here to a specific company, did a specific role, and then you found after 5 years, guess what? I want more, and the way that I see it here, I'm not going to be able to get that.
Yeah.
And then to feel, to your point, there was this feeling of, oh man, but I don't want to leave. I mean, these are some good people. I'm doing some great things here. But if you really were to be kind of put it out in a pros and cons list, you would say, you know what? Now is the time.
Yeah.
And it's a perfect opportunity for you to grow. And so that's exactly what I think someone needs to do. It becomes scary though.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we can kind of talk a little bit about, Megan. Maybe you can allude to that for you, that fear of maybe I should take that interview. Maybe I should be open-minded, despite me not knowing if I could do it, not knowing if I should, right? So
Yeah.
I think there's that fear.
Yeah, and that's definitely the same thing with starting your own business, because I know a lot of people, that's what they do, is they'll leave, corporate America, they'll leave their full-time job to start on their own, what may have started off as a passion project and became their full-time. And that there's even some fear in that as well. Well, actually, there's more fear in that than I think switching from like one corporate role to another corporate role, but really kind of switching from, I worked for someone and now I am my own boss. And, there's not a handbook really to starting. I mean, there is a handbook of starting your own business, I'm sure, but, that nobody really talks about the other things about starting a business. I experienced that when I started my wedding coordinating business, when I did have it open, was, am I doing this right? Am I pricing things out properly for my services? Am I, you don't want to undersell yourself, but you also don't want to be too eager in setting your prices when you're just fresh out of the gate. So, there's a lot of that as well, which I'm excited to talk to Chris about that, because that'll be probably right up his alley of sharing his story with us. So
yeah. So that's really what we want to do is in our bantering, to kind of let people come up to speed, is we want to be able to have kind of the typical banter that Megan and I had on our podcast, and now bringing it to the Asian Sensation show. And then when we have on an entrepreneur, someone that's really taken life by the horns on a career perspective, and talk about their story and highlight their story and what they're doing and what they're excited about, and then we can then Megan and I will recap it. So that's really the format that we're going through today. So we're excited to have Chris be the inaugural person on our show. So what we're going to do first is we're going to break to a commercial, and then we'll jump in and have Chris join us today. So just hear a word from our sponsor.
Transmitiendo desde Houston, la ciudad espacial, estás escuchando NowMedia Radio.
What if you could reach thousands of potentially new clients in just seconds with the sharing of just one business card? It's not possible with your old business card, but it is with NowMedia's new video business card. Hi, I'm Michelle Merhar. You may remember me from the morning news. Most people who receive a conventional business card either lose it or toss it within minutes. And with that, the company has lost that lead and likely that sale. At NowMedia, our new product is changing the industry. The video business card, recorded with cutting-edge technologies in our studios, is designed to be sent quickly using your smartphone or tablet to your clients, suppliers, or anyone you need to be in contact with. It is fully compatible with any instant messaging application or email system you already have. The NowMedia video business card will feature you, along with your contact information, summary of all your company's products or services, and an engaging look. Best of all, it really is affordable for any business, from startups to multinational companies. The NowMedia video business cards are already being used by hundreds of companies, and most of them are seeing and feeling the difference in their lead generation and sales. We don't need to tell you how important our NowMedia video business card will be to your brand, your customer experience, and your ability to interact with your clients. Call us today at 832-384-9588 or email us at videocard@nowmedia.tv.
Hi there, my name is Susan Nguyen and I'm sending you positive vibes. I'm a coach, a speaker, and published international author of the book One Arm But Not Unarmed. My show, Be Better with Susan, coming soon on NowMedia, is going to help you reach your goals of overcoming adversity, to shift your energy, and to ultimately help you be better instead of being bitter. Tune in, and I cannot wait.
Should be good.
Hello and welcome back. So we are excited to introduce our guest for today, and it is Chris Holmes. So we'll turn it to you and have you introduce yourself on your own.
Hey, so what's up, everyone? My name is Chris Holmes, owner of Soul Productions, where we help you capture the dream and make your dream a reality. We help make your personal goals and your brand and much more, make that into reality, so and help you take it to the next level, which is also my podcast, because I'm always into inspiring people to go beyond the criticism and overcoming those mountains, because everybody has a dream, and it's about time to start capturing it.
Love that.
So I know, Chris, one of the things that you and I had a chance to talk about was just your I guess your self-awareness, right? Your confidence as a young person to recognize that you're able to do things. So you're an author as well.
Yes.
And not just on one book, and not just a small one. There's a collection of things that you decided to get involved with. So kind of share with the audience kind of where that came from of deciding to do that.
So the inspiration, of course, came from life experiences and seeing how things go along with life. I also had a lot of inspiration from artists and things like that, like Tupac Shakur, Nas, and much more. And one of the books that actually really got me into is The Rose That Grew From the Concrete. And I like how he took from his own personal experiences and much more and made the art from a poetry to express itself. So that was something big that I liked a lot. So I'll tell you the titles of my book because you can see the transition. So the first book was 100 Testimonies of a Young Soul. Have a strong foundation of Christianity. From that one, went to Just Another Black Voice. That was in Sam Houston, which is where I graduated from. So shout out to the Bearcats. And during that time, after Just Another Black Voice, I had Steps to Manhood. So the thought process would continue to progress and much more. And then recently, the mountains. So I'm seeing everybody having their own adversities and things like that. And so everybody has that mountain that they have to overcome. So just to help you kind of overcome your own kind of mountain.
That's awesome.
So is that something that you
you write a lot about kind of what you're experiencing and seeing at the moment based on your life.
Yeah, and others people as well, because I believe like every person out there is a page in the book of life, and you can learn from like watching other people as well. So it doesn't always have to be like your own personal experiences. You can gravitate from like a mother, who's raising kids on her own, or like a family like together. I mean, there's all different kind of cultures out there that we can all take lessons from, and we just gotta learn how to be open-minded to learn from those, and that makes us better.
Yeah. So what really inspired you to start writing books? Because I think that's a lot of, I think a lot of people one day they're just like, oh, I think I want to write a book or whatever. But what really steps did you take to actually accomplish that?
Well, so like the funny thing is I started writing a lot of this stuff in high school. So I had, this is telling my age a little bit, but basically MySpace and all that. So like I had
MySpace?
Yeah, everybody had the layouts and that. So it basically had like this big pile of notebook papers where I used to start writing my poems and things like that in. And so like by the time I got close to graduation, I already had my manuscript, but I had to put it into a digital file.
Yes.
Yeah.
So luckily I had family members who had other kind of local published books as well. So I looked at their publishing, kind of like Google, which is like the big library now today, and kind of did my own research and figured out how to publish. And I also, in the process, I learned that you can do self-publishing books as well. And of course, you have the standard everybody has to go through this big publishing house and things like that. But I want to have like my own control. I kind of want to go over have control of everything I put out. So I did my research, put out my own book, and just went from there. I love the journey a lot because it allowed me to share my experiences with other people, and you'd be shocked of like how many people you meet, how much of impact it leads into other people's lives, where that message like touches them, especially during my book signings and things like that, when I was signing, young and old little kids, and then having people older than me saying like this meant a lot to me and much more. So that's why I press on doing these kind of things, because you never know what your message is to impact somebody else's life.
Yeah, that's really awesome. So let's talk more about Soul Productions, because I want to learn a little bit more about that, and I think the audience would also like to learn a little bit more as well.
So like a Soul Production, like the motto is helping you capture your dream or making your dream a reality. We offer all kind of media production. It's a media production platform, so we're going down from photography, videography, graphic, audio, animation, and much more. And I also allow the opportunity to work with other freelancers and much more. So I'd like to expand, because you can only do so much on your own, but if you expand and help other people, you can achieve the bigger dream. With that said, some of the things we capture, of course, personal moments, weddings, and also in the business, we're creating short and long form of video formats and other things to help engage with that audience and catch their attention, and bring a great value. And one of the recent things that we're doing now is I released a university under it. So now I'm unleashing online courses. So you have capturing the memories, helping you use the resources to put out that and to expose to other, but you also have the educational part too. So it's an all-around kind of system together.
Nice. And so is that like a free thing, or like how does that work?
It just depends.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I get to decide, but of course I'm going to add value regardless.
Yeah.
Now, one thing that I will say that's free all the time is the podcast, which is Next Level Thinking, where I bring inspirational guests on, like I'm a guest on this show, but I also have guests on my show as well to drop golden nuggets, to help put value in people's lives. So the people, it can be like from coaches, speakers, entrepreneurs. I have a couple millionaires on there, and there's all different kinds of people who are married, raising kids. So there's all different kind of gems you can learn from. I listen to that podcast, and I have like 130 some episodes, and just keep pushing and pushing, because I want to bring that value to people.
Yeah.
How did that come about, the deciding to do Soul Productions?
I like the origin story and all that.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, it happened by accident. Okay. So I was helping out a friend who, a really good homeboy of mine, when he got his first camera, and he was like, hey, let me test out this camera. I'm like, what the heck is this? Show me how much it was. I was like, no way I'm paying that much for a camera. Like, nah, that's ridiculous. Like, no, nah, I'm not doing that. And he was like, nah, just test it out on me. And I was like, all right, whatever. So of course he put everything on automatic. I didn't know what I was doing. And like, I just used the digital display and like captured some of the images. And he was like, oh, these look nice, man. Do it again. I'm like, whatever, bro. And I just took the camera again, took some more snaps, and he was like, you may have a camera eye. And I was like, oh, for real? So for some reason, when I lay down, this little idea and thought kept running to my mind. And so I took my tail and went to Walmart and bought like the cheap little Nikons with the free software and things like that. And, you know, maxed out that so much. And I called like a homegirl and said like, you a model? I'm not a model. Well, you are today. And it just started from there. And just like taking something from small, and of course, as I kept doing it, it sparked people's interest, and then eventually I got one of the DSLR cameras as well.
Yeah. So then you finally upgraded.
Yeah, got to start from somewhere.
Now you have the expensive camera.
So then basically someone planted the idea in your mind that you had a unique talent, even though you didn't see it in yourself. That's interesting.
And the funny thing is, what I'm learning about life is sometimes you bump into people for a reason, or like, you know, something's there to teach you a lesson, just to spark the idea. You know, that's just how life works.
Yeah, I'm like a huge believer in that, because I think that that's just with a lot of people's business. If you really kind of run across a lot of like entrepreneurs or like business owners, that's kind of their thing is like, oh, I didn't think that I was good at this, and then it just kind of happened. And I think that everything happens for a reason. Like, not to talk about me, but that's kind of like the same story like with my wedding coordinating is I happened to help out a friend, and everybody that was there, all the vendors kept asking me if I was the wedding coordinator, and I literally said no, but I can be, and then I tried it out.
And the rest was history.
Yep.
And then you did deal.
Yeah, and then I realized I didn't want to do it anymore. So.
So then to help the audience understand, because I think sometimes they see entrepreneurism, right? They see you at the top of this successful business, you've written successful books, and they go, oh, he just started it. It just happened. Give a little bit more of that journey of kind of going from, hey, having a little bit of this camera work, this camera eye, to all of a sudden a production, media, connecting others.
I like to say the whole thing is a journey. Of course, one, like, you know, building off what I said earlier, is like once that took off, then I slowly start watching different kind of YouTube videos and like entrepreneurs and things like that, but also your surrounding circle. So like I eventually got going to different kind of like-minded people, networking events. Of course, during the college experience, talking to professors and other like-minded students and kind of getting that motivation and things going. And it's a constant growing thing. You're going to make mistakes. It's all part of it. I think the biggest thing is when people get into like entrepreneurship, they think that everything is going to be perfect and you're not supposed to make mistakes. But we forget, like even in the classroom, we made plenty amount of mistakes. So you take your mistakes and you learn from them, and then you progress on. And you take those, and then you learn lessons you got from yourself, and then you teach to the other people, and then it just keeps the rotation going. And so through all that, the learning process, constantly challenge myself, mentorships, invest into programs and softwares and things like that is all part of the growing pains and things and much more, but also to ultimately transform yourself to the person you need to become.
What would you say, like, you know, in this journey would be the biggest like hurdle that you had to get through?
Ooh, there's a lot. But to sum it up, resiliency and just don't give up. Because no matter how tough things get, there is a light at the end of the day. And you just got to keep telling yourself that over and over again, because even there's like, I heard plenty of my stories and even my mentors where they were like broke, like homeless. Like I haven't got to that, God forbid, but you know, they had nothing, just sleeping out under a bridge, and like everybody said they're out, and just still in their mind just saying like, I can overcome this, and they went from the bottom and now making 6 figures and more. So just the main thing I really want to push is just push forward and overcome your adversity, and as long as you keep pressing, eventually, you know, you're gonna break through that wall and get what you deserve.
Do you have like a personal mantra that you like to tell yourself?
There's a lot of different quotes that I like to live by, but I'm gonna just answer like this, like in my own words. Whatever is unseen, it will soon come to par. Just believe into it.
I love that.
It really does. So one thing that Megan's really big into is knowing horoscopes.
Okay.
So we're gonna play this little game here. But before we do, we're gonna first jump to a quick commercial break here. We'll come back with Chris. Megan's gonna do one of her favorite things, and that's talked about what's happening in Chris's horoscope, and maybe some of the gems we can get out of it. So first, it's a break to a commercial here for word from our sponsor.
All right.
I was thinking.
Transmitiendo desde Houston, la ciudad espacial, estás escuchando NowMedia Radio.
What if you could reach thousands of potentially new clients in just seconds with the sharing of just one business card? It's not possible with your old business card, but it is with Now Media's new video business card. Hi, I'm Michelle Merhar. You may remember me from the morning news. Most people who receive a conventional business card either lose it or toss it within minutes. And with that, the company has lost that lead and likely that sale. At Now Media, our new product is changing the industry. The video business card, recorded with cutting-edge technologies in our studios, is designed to be sent quickly using your smartphone or tablet to your clients, suppliers, or anyone you need to be in contact with. It is fully compatible with any instant messaging application or email system you already have. The Now Media video business card will feature you, along with your contact information, summary of all your company's products or services, and an engaging look. Best of all, it really is affordable for any business, from startups to multinational companies. The Now Media video business cards are already being used by hundreds of companies, and most of them are seeing and feeling the difference in their lead generation and sales. We don't need to tell you how important our Now Media video business card will be to your brand, your customer experience, and your ability to interact with your clients. Call us today at 832-384-9588 or email us at videocard@nowmedia.tv.
Hi there, my name is Susan Wynn, and I'm sending you positive vibes. I'm a coach, a speaker, and published international author of the book One Arm But Not Unarmed. My show, Be Better with Susan, coming soon on Now Media, is going to help you reach your goals of overcoming adversity, to shift your energy, and to ultimately help you be better instead of being bitter. Tune in, and I cannot wait.
All right. So thanks for coming back, everybody. Again, guest on the Asian Sensation show today, we have Chris Hamilton, owner.
Holmes. I was like, I don't know who Chris Hamilton is.
Oh gosh, Chris Holmes. I'm making names up now. Owner of Soul Productions, and he's going to share with us his horoscope. So that way, Megan can talk a little about this.
I'm more of like a birth chart connoisseur, but I don't have I can't look it up right now. But when's your birthday?
So now you're putting on the hot seat.
Yes.
Cancer.
You're a
shit.
Cancer. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Interesting. This just got really interesting.
Well, that makes sense. That makes sense because I feel like Cancers are very in tune with their emotions. Do you feel like you're in tune with your emotions? Are you like very guarded? Like Cancers to me are very much so like they have like a hard exterior. They try to act like they don't have a lot of emotions, but in reality, they have a ton of emotions.
I say for me, I'm balanced. So like, especially when social media and things like that, when I speak much more, I pretty much reveal like transparency because like a lot of people can relate to those. So a nice little.
You are July?
Yep.
July.
Ain't getting no hits.
Earlier or later?
Earlier or later?
In the month.
Yeah.
Like beginning parts or the end parts?
Well, you can't be the end part because then you'll be a Leo, like us. July. Are you like July? Are you in like the teens? Like a July, like 13th?
Close.
14th?
One up. One
The 12th?
No.
Oh,
15th.
15th. Oh, I was like, what? That's not a teen.
He went backwards.
Interesting. Well, I mean, I can't do the whole birth chart reading, but you know, that's the game I like to play. Is
she can tell a lot of intuitive on people and how where they're coming from.
Yeah.
So one of the other things that is just unique when it comes to understanding you is when did that arrive? Because obviously at a young age you started writing this poetry and you had like this voice that you wanted to share. I don't know if you thought I'm going to write a book with this.
Oh, there's no way I thought. Really? Yeah. So like I would say around like 16, 17, because like that's when I listened to a lot of different like lyrical artists and things like that, and then a little bit more in deep. And then also I got in tune to like listen to a lot more like Martin Luther King and other great leaders who have spoken to great crowds to inspire people to make change and things like that. So I would say that is definitely a time where the motivation, inspiration, and then starting to take actions, land into ultimately a book.
And then where did that confidence come from to then give it out to the world, right? Because these are things that are inner to you, right? These are, as you described the titles, it's a bit of your journey of how you viewed life and what you were going through. What gave you that confidence to then share it with a worldwide audience that could potentially be a critic of it?
It definitely is not easy. It still's not. So I'm gonna be honest. But through time, you just learn that your life experiences are meant to be like a message. So in the beginning, I'm not gonna lie, I was like, nope, no, I'm not, because I'm just leaving
Cancer.
myself out. But you
That's why
can
you're a
wait for
crab.
that.
That's why you're a crab.
But eventually, I met other mentors, and I just started slowly becoming more open to those things, because ultimately I learned things that I experience so much more is going to help and push people to live their lives. So it just came to the point all right, I'm a little bit more open to criticism, things like that. And now I can just say I'm a lot more confident to that. I can take criticism a lot more stronger now, because at the end of the day, you just gotta come to the point where you yourself is going what your vision is, where your heart is, and much more. And not everybody's going to understand your vision, and because they don't really naturally understand, it's natural to criticize.
Mhm.
So you just got to know just to stay on par and just do your role. And eventually, everything together.
So you had said something offline or off air, and it was about knowing your why.
Yeah.
So what I know that you've kind of slightly touched on it, but what would you say is your why?
My why is just basically to leave an impact and just let others know that they can be the best version of themselves. So I feel like nowadays too many people just want to be this person, this, and that. Of course, we got role models and things like that, but you were born here for a reason. You have your own pathway and that. Now, of course, you learn from others, but you are here for a reason. You have a purpose. And once you really establish that and just really hone on to that, nobody can stop, because you're walking and moving forward in your purpose.
And a lot of times you've talked about mentors throughout this episode in the show. Talked a little bit about how did you find them? Was it a formal mentoring process, or kind of how did you do it?
So thankfully in the social media age, but originally I'll say your mentor started home. I will say that, from your parents, grandparents, things like that. And as you progress through life and much more, you naturally watch YouTube videos and things like that. So E.T., I got a chance to see him in person, hear one of his speeches. But along with that, you go to networking events and much more, and you meet different like-minded people, have conversation, and then you just start building that strong relationship. And of course, through college, you meet your professors, and you strongly bind with that relationship. So these are the people I kind of look at their lifestyles and what they've done. And if I need help or just need to ask for advice, you can reach out to them, because you can't always do it all by yourself, but it's wise learn from other people so you won't repeat mistakes.
Is there anyone that you'd want to publicly thank for their input in your life?
It's like the Emmy Awards.
The Emmy Awards.
Minus the music.
Really, just got real awesome.
Yeah.
So definitely got to give a shout out to my mother. Strong, raised me through everything, and definitely my grandparents. There's a long list of different people, but definitely family members and close friends. Definitely got to shout out this person, because I'm in his mentor program right now. So Antonio, definitely shout out to you on this one. In his speaking bureau, gives me great advice and things and much more. But overall, I appreciate everyone that played a big part into my life.
So where can everybody find your books?
All right, so of course they can go to my website, which is yourvoiceissoulproductions.com. I have a link where you can find the books, or you can just search any one of those titles on Google, and they're immediately. And I'm pretty sure through the video, the social media is there. You just directly contact me. I'll send you links and things like that, and that way you can get access to the books.
And so if you're watching on the show right now, you can see it up on the screen. Alberto is kind enough to put it on there for you. But why don't you tell people on the Facebook, the Instagram, what's the actual name? So if people are listening to you in the podcast format, they know kind of how to find you.
Cool. So start from here. So Facebook, Soul Productions 1, you'll see the SB logo. Of course, on YouTube, same thing, just type thing. Anytime you see that SB logo, that's pretty much me. Instagram, my personal one is chomes 2 underscores. You're looking for the business page, it's Soul Production 1. Other than that, if you look through the hashtags Soul Production on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, I pretty much landed my mark. So
Yeah.
I'm tagging the heck out of it. So you just even just search hashtag Soul Production, you'll eventually find it.
Gotcha. So you basically don't post without it having.
Yeah, I'm
your
like, look,
trademark on there.
like this is mine.
That's wonderful. And then so it's just amazing how mentors can play a good role. One of the things I think that Meg and I haven't talked too much, but we talk about just personally is how failures, setbacks, they also play a big role, right?
Oh, they play the biggest role. Like, let's be honest. If you think of any great athlete, movie actor, or regardless, what made them pretty much prosper in their life and much more is they're overcoming adversities, criticism, their downfalls, getting knocked down and getting back up. I'm pretty sure we saw like Olympic videos of somebody like running a race, fell, but they got back up, and it's just motivating because it makes it that much. Because everybody goes through struggles, financial, loses a loved one and much more, but it just makes everything much more, bring back home when you see someone who got knocked down, but gets back up and keeps fighting, because you want to see someone fighting through their storms that because they encourage you to fight.
So how about for you, Chris? Any particular kind of turning moments of struggle that made you kind of rise up or realize your talents?
This goes on, but one thing I will say is like, probably like during my internship, where like money and everything else got kind of like real lenient. You really get creative in ways to kind of like make something happen, but you focus on like, what do I need to do, because it kind of puts you into that survival mode, and you're like, I need to do something. So I feel like when you are put with your back against the wall, sometimes that unleashes like yourself, because like there's nothing that really will, like when you're in your comfort zone, you just go with the flow and things like that. You're back against the wall, it's like, okay, I need to get out of this.
Yep.
Like, I don't like this.
Yeah. You gotta fight. Fight.
Yeah, definitely.
And so for anyone that's listening that wants to aspire to either write a book or to kind of follow some of your footsteps of entrepreneurship, what would your words of kind of advice be to them?
This is going to sound so simple, cliche, but it's true. Just do it. Don't worry about criticism. Don't worry about perfect and things like that. Because if you don't even start, you're not going to get anything done. And the worst thing that really keeps me going and motivated to do all these different kind of things, even though if I feel kind of down, I get myself back up much more, is I don't want to get to the last chapter and I'll be like, what if? Like, no, I'd rather just lay it up all on the table now and just do it and just see how that goes, and just being like, what if I do this? What if it's like, no, I'm going to do it right now so I can just get some things done. And if I'm making mistakes, I'll learn from those mistakes and make it better. But if you're not starting or moving forward, you won't have to show.
Good words of wisdom.
Yeah. So I want to play a game. So I just like to pick people's brains, because that's just what I am. If you haven't learned, if you're listening to the podcast or have watched a couple episodes of the show, I'm like such a brain picker person. So we're gonna play this game called Rapid Fire. It's gonna be a fun game for both of us because I don't know what questions I'm gonna ask you. So this is gonna be fun. It is. It's just a fun game for us. I just like to know. So I'm just gonna like list off, like, you just pick like, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I don't know if I'm gonna do, you pick between two and what's your better choice, or if I'm just gonna like the first thing that comes to mind when I bring up this word. So
I like it.
I don't know what's gonna happen. Chocolate or vanilla?
Chocolate.
Football or basketball?
Football.
Let's see. You go.
Mexican or Chinese?
Mexican.
Food.
Food, not people. Yeah. You said Mexican?
Yeah.
Okay. You said Mexican. You said Mexican or Chinese? Beach or city?
Beach.
Where's your favorite place that you've ever traveled? Austin. Cool. Let's see. I don't know what my other question was.
Hang out with friends.
Reading a book.
Sorry, all of Chris's friends. He doesn't want to hang out with you. He wants to read a book. Let's see. Chill night in or crazy night out?
Chill night in. I like my inner peace.
Get that. Totally get that. And the last one, I guess, is
Aisle, seat, or window?
ooh, that's a good one.
Window.
Do you stand up when the airplane lands immediately, or do you wait until it's your turn?
Wait till it's my turn.
Are you a clapper on the plane?
Or what's the other option?
Not clapping?
Oh, yeah, I was just
Just roll with it.
Yeah.
Just happy that you
Yeah.
You know,
got
people
it.
are like,
guess.
"Yay,
Yeah.
we've landed safely." I clap internally.
Yeah.
Well, those were all my questions because it was a fun game for me because I didn't know what questions I was going to
Just
ask.
fine.
So yeah, it's always fun. I'll
Well,
perfect
again,
it.
Yes. Well, again, thanks for coming on the show, Chris. We really appreciate you, Chris Holmes.
Yes.
Holmes,
Wait,
not
we're gonna
Hamilton,
get that right
because we
this
don't
time.
know who Chris Hamilton is. But if you're out there, apparently Sherman also wants to talk to you.
Yes. And you can
Which
So-
is actually my homeboy.
His name is Chris Hamilton.
Yes.
No way.
Did you know that?
Is he
No.
entrepreneurial?
Yes.
No. This is great.
Okay, Chris Hamilton.
This
Now
is-
we want you on the show
Yeah.
because apparently Sherman is a psychic and he
Yes.
knows you're out there.
I'm bringing you here mentally, visually. He's probably manifesting it in his own life.
He's like,
That's
I
what
want to
he
be on a
wants. He's like, I
show.
need to get on the show. I need exposure. How can I get more exposure?
That's crazy, though. You're a psychic.
If he comes on and he does a good thing. So, Chris, we want to be able to promote the exciting things that you got going on. Obviously, you just had another book that you wrote. And then, obviously, people can find you on the media side. Is there anything you're really excited about that's happening right now that you want to make sure that people are aware of?
Just, of course, the book, but also just stay tuned for like future speaking engagements because I want to really like get into like the schools and things like that, inspire kids and much more to just be the best version of themselves in life. So I'm looking forward to like seeing the reactions and to see how.
That's awesome. Love that.
Okay.
Alrighty, well, thank you so much for watching the Asian Sensation show, and we will see y'all next time. Have a wonderful Friday.
So, thanks again, man.
Transmitiendo desde Houston, la ciudad espacial, estás escuchando NowMedia Radio. Transmitiendo desde Houston, la ciudad espacial, estás escuchando NowMedia Radio.
What if you could reach thousands of potentially new clients in just seconds with the sharing of just one business card? It's not possible with your old business card, but it is with Now Media's new video business card. Hi, I'm Michelle Merhar. You may remember me from the morning news. Most people who receive a conventional business card either lose it or toss it within minutes. And with that, the company has lost that lead and likely that sale. At Now Media, our new product is changing the industry. The video business card, recorded with cutting-edge technologies in our studios, is designed to be sent quickly using your smartphone or tablet to your clients, suppliers, or anyone you need to be in contact with. It is fully compatible with any instant messaging application or email system you already have. The Now Media Video Business Card will feature you, along with your contact information, summary of all your company's products or services, and an engaging look. Best of all, it really is affordable for any business, from startups to multinational companies. The Now Media Video Business Cards are already being used by hundreds of companies, and most of them are seeing and feeling the difference in their lead generation and sales. We don't need to tell you how important our Now Media Video Business Card will be to your brand, your customer experience, and your ability to interact with your clients. Call us today at 832-384-9588 or email us at videocard@nowmedia.tv.
Hello, beautiful people. I am sending you good vibes and a great big hug. My name is Susan Nguyen, and welcome back to Be Better with Susan. I am a certified life coach. I am a speaker and published author of One Arm But Not Unarmed. My book has actually gone international. Walmart has picked it up. Target has picked it up. Barnes & Nobles, Amazon, and different countries, Australia, Germany, India, Shanghai. It's been an awesome experience. So if you have an opportunity, please pick up my book, One Arm But Not Unarmed. So I have really missed you guys. Last week, I was actually in sunny San Diego. My husband and I traveled there. Initially, I was there to be on a radio show by the name of Voices of Courage. That's my husband and I actually having sushi on the beach. The weather was perfect. The people were amazing. The food was delicious. And we had a grand old time. So initially, I was there to be on a radio show by the name of Voices of Courage with Ken Foster. He's an awesome individual. He's a best-selling author, and he's very inspirational. This is actually a global show, and I was a guest on the show speaking about being better instead of being bitter. And it was an awesome experience. So I am back, and I am happy to be here. So on today's episode, I wanted to talk about something extremely important, which is ants, automatic negative thoughts. We all have them. Let's not deny that fact, right? Interesting statistics. An average person has about 12,000 to 60,000 thoughts daily, and out of those thoughts, 80% are negative, and 95% are exactly repetitive thoughts as the day before. How insane is that? There was another interesting study in which scientists found that, firstly, 85% of what we worry about never actually happens. Secondly, with the 15% of the worries that did happen, 79% of the subjects discovered that either they could handle the difficulty better than expected, or that the difficulty taught them a lesson worth learning. So let's see what we can do to crush those ants together. After the loss of my arm, every morning I would wake up with automatic negative thoughts. Many thoughts from how ugly I looked to how deformed I felt, or what a monster I looked like, or how no one was ever going to like me because of my physical scar, and the list went on. And I am happy to announce that after 19 years later, and being able to retrain my brain on being more positive and getting rid of those negative thoughts, I do have them every so often, but I don't have those automatic negative thoughts as much as I did before. So I thought it was extremely important to be able to share a tool that I learned in order to crush those automatic negative thoughts with all of you. Let's take a look here. There are many negative thoughts that one can have. For instance, I'm a bad parent. I could have done better on the test. I'm so dumb. Why did I do that? I can't do it. I'm not worthy. I must be perfect. I must not make a mistake. I'm not good enough. Nobody loves me. Those are negative thoughts that we continuously have. And the most interesting thing is that most of those negative thoughts that occur in our brain are completely created by who else but by us. It's so crucial that we are aware when those negative thoughts do occur. And then there's an awesome tool that I'd love to share in order to crush those negative thoughts. But before we jump into that, I'd love to thank my beautiful sponsor, Stacy Mai. Thank you, friend, for the sponsorship to Be Better with Susan. She is with Champions Real Estate Group, and she is a platinum agent. So if you have any real estate needs, that is the lady that you need to get in contact with. Her name, once again, is Stacy Mai. I can provide email address, which is stacymai02, STACEYMAI02 at outlook.com. But better yet, pick up the phone and give her a ring. She would love to hear from you. Her phone number is 832-744-4084. Once again, her number is 832-744-4084. So there are 3 steps in order to rid those automatic negative thoughts. And are you ready to hear what they are? Okay, I thought you were. So the first step is to actually jot those negative thoughts down. Our thoughts become more real and more powerful when we're able to visualize it. So once you jot it down on paper, once that pen hits that paper and you're writing down those automatic negative thoughts and you look at them, they actually become more real, right? The second thing is to investigate those thoughts. Are they actually accurate? Are they true? Are they false? Did I create them on my own? It's very important to A, jot down those thoughts, and B, to investigate those thoughts, right? If they are in fact true, then you may want to ask yourself what you can do for moving forward. You can do better in that situation or with that experience, right? But it's important to investigate those thoughts because most of the time when those negative thoughts, they're not true. We're actually creating them in our minds. And when we create those automatic negative thoughts in our mind, we begin to believe them. We begin to verbalize them. And next thing you know, they actually become more true than you could ever imagine. Our mind is extremely powerful. So when you have those automatic negative thoughts, it's important to once again, A, jot down those thoughts, B, investigate those thoughts, and C may be a little silly, but it has helped me, so I'd like to share it with you. It is to talk back to those automatic negative thoughts. Take back control of your mind, your body, and your spirit by telling that automatic negative thought that it's not true, and you're better than that you're aware that it's not true. To hit the road because it doesn't belong up here. So once again, the 3 steps to getting rid of those automatic negative thoughts is A, writing them down so your thought can become more powerful, more visual. And then you investigate those thoughts. Take time to reflect and think about those negative thoughts, right? Where did they come from? Why are you thinking that? And did you create those automatic negative thoughts? And the final step is to be able to talk back to those thoughts. After all, it is our mind, body, and soul, and no one else is in control of that than you, my friend. I really wanted to share the automatic negative thoughts story and also how I was able to recover in my journey after the loss of my arm. If you're unfamiliar with my story, then feel free to check out my Anchor episode. It's my first episode that I filmed, and it goes through my story on how I was involved in a traumatic car accident at the age of 22, and in result of that, losing my dominant arm. It was the hardest and darkest time I have ever experienced in my entire life. I was on an emotional roller coaster, and I'll be completely transparent with you. There are many moments where I did not want to be alive. Fast forward 19 years later, I am in the best place I have ever been, and it is all to actually learning how strong I was. There's a quote that says, "You never know how strong you are until your strength has been tested," and that is completely true. It's important for us to continue to retrain our brain to be positive, to see the good in the bad. And that actually leads to a very powerful coaching tool that I'd love to share with you as well. So I am a certified life coach, a speaker, and a published author of my book, One Arm But Not Unarmed. But when I attended coaching classes, there was this powerful tool that stuck out to me, and I actually encourage my coaching clients, my friends, anyone and everyone to use this tool. And it's called reframing. So what reframing consists of is when we actually step back and reframe a certain experience or situation, and we try to reflect and pull out the good that occurred in the bad. For instance, during the loss of my arm, it was extremely hard to reframe it in the beginning, obviously, but after many, many years, I was able to reframe my situation and how I was able to learn so much from my car accidents. What I learned and reframed was I am more resilient now than I've ever been. I love the people around me harder than I ever have. I have a huge sense of gratitude for everything and everyone around me, and it's just reframing certain things, situations, experiences can actually help you retrain your brain, and that's extremely important. Let's say, for instance, if you're stuck in traffic and you can't get home, but you're stuck in traffic and you're frustrated and you're annoyed, but maybe if you reframe it, you actually had some really good quality time to reflect on your own. Maybe you were able to hear 3 of your favorite songs on the way home. Maybe you were able to enjoy a really nice conversation with your girlfriend on your hands-free phone set on the way home, right? So there are many ways to reframe a situation, and you can go through the day reframing your thoughts, which is extremely important to retraining your brain. If you're interested in seeing my first speaking engagements in depth, I do have my video on YouTube. It's under Susan Nguyen, #BeBetterYouTube. And I would like to also share my contact information. Once again, if you are stuck, if you just need to move forward, if you feel like you need someone to talk to, then reach out to me at bbnbcoaching.com. My social media is Susan Winning, and my email address is susan@bbnbcoaching.com. So it's on the screen for all of the folks that actually can see it. My site is www.bbnbcoaching.com. My email, once again, is susan@bbnbcoaching.com. My social media is Susan Winning and YouTube, Susan Win, #BeBetter. And that video that you can actually view, it was my first speaking engagement in front of about 1,500 people. And I talk about my journey on being better instead of being bitter and how I was able to retrain my brain because I had so many automatic negative thoughts that I would wake up as soon as I opened my eyes, I would have hundreds of them just lined up for the day. But now, fast forward 19 years later, I wake up and I may have a couple, but I'm aware that they're happening. And I know if they're actually true or false, which most of the time they're false. Most of the time we're just creating that drama in our head. Most of the time we're just making up excuses. Most of the time it's just because of the fear that we're facing for whatever reason it may be. Well, I would like to thank my sponsor once again for this amazing sponsorship, Stacy Mai. You are incredible, and I appreciate you. If you are in the need of any real estate, if you're on the market to buy or sell or any of your needs, please reach out to Stacy Mai. She is with the Champions Real Estate Group, and she is a platinum agent, you guys. Platinum with a capital P. Feel free to reach out to her at stacymai02@outlook.com. Once again, her email is stacymai02@outlook.com. But better yet, feel free to pick up the phone and give her a call. She has an awesome voice. She has a great personality, and she's extremely knowledgeable within the Houston area. She can help you look or sell or whatever you need. So contact her at 832-744-4084. And I'd like to leave you with something I'd like to share. So I created something on Facebook by the name of Be Better Group. Okay. And the Be Better Group is a community that I created on Facebook because I felt the need to have a safe place for us to be able to get together, to share real life experiences, to be able to just be open, be honest, be able to chime in and just speak about things that we want to speak about, to be able to share things that we need opinion or feedback on. So it's a safe community where we can inspire and empower each other to be better. So if you're on Facebook, go ahead and look for a Be Better Group and ask to join that group. And I would love to have you on there. And we can just empower and inspire each other to be better on a daily basis. So that is the show for today. It's about automatic negative thoughts and how we can crush them together. Do you remember how to crush them? Do you remember the 3 steps? Well, I'm going to go ahead and go over it quickly. So the first step is to write down those thoughts, to actually put the pen to paper, write it down, because your thoughts become more powerful. They become real. You can visualize it, right? So go ahead and do that, and then investigate those thoughts. Take some time and go through that and take a look and find out if those thoughts are true or if they're false. Most of the time, I'll tell you, they are false. Those are thoughts that we make up in our mind because that's just human nature to do so. But please investigate those thoughts. And when you find out that they are not true, then you must talk back to them. This is your mind, your body. You must show those automatic negative thoughts who's in control. And that's you, my friend. So make sure you talk back to those automatic negative thoughts and show them who is boss. Well, I truly hope you enjoyed today's episode on crushing those automatic negative thoughts. And I hope you'll tune in again next week. If there's anything I can do, once again, feel free to reach out to me. Aside from that, I wish you all the best. I'm sending you all the positive good vibes, and let's be better together. Was that better?
Transmitiendo desde Houston, la ciudad espacial, estás escuchando NowMedia Radio. Transmitiendo desde Houston, la ciudad espacial, estás escuchando NowMedia Radio.
What if you could reach thousands of potentially new clients in just seconds with the sharing of just one business card? It's not possible with your old business card, but it is with NowMedia's new video business card. Hi, I'm Michelle Merhar. You may remember me from the morning news. Most people who receive a conventional business card either lose it or toss it within minutes. And with that, the company has lost that lead and likely that sale. At NowMedia, our new product is changing the industry. The video business card, recorded with cutting-edge technologies in our studios, is designed to be sent quickly